Right, hiya guys, and we're here for another review. Sorry about the wobbling there, I kicked the table. First of all, I'd like to apologise for yesterday's posting of Dead End. For some reason the sound didn't go over onto the video for some reason, I don't know why. But anyway, I'll try and repost that up to date at some point. But like I said, I'd be doing my review today on God Neptune, who is a repaint of, what's he called? It's either Piranha-con or Sea-con or something to that extent. I'm not desperately good with pronunciation of names, but he's the Beast Wars Return repaint. So I'll do each of the parts for him, then put them together and do a review on that himself. So I'll do the first one on this little guy called, hold on, Koilonga, or something to that extent. And he's a nice little piranha fish. Now, before I get into a full proper review of these guys, you need to remember that, like all combiners, they're not as good as the main body part, which in this case is Half-Shell, who is a repaint of Turtler or Snaptrap, Japanese series or English series. So these guys aren't going to be very good, but I personally think that guy looks quite nice. I like the little green around his eyes, and he's got a little he's got movement in his little mouth, and very sharp teeth, to be honest, as well. Very sharp. Not a lot of movement to him, but one thing that I don't like about this God Neptune package is they don't come with any of their accessories. Like, what is it? He's supposed to have 2 guns, and you can see there the 2 little holes there for his guns to go, which the Generation 1 figure had. Excuse me. And he's also supposed to have like a little stand and a platform where he sits on, and looks like he's flying or turns into a gunner, something to that extent. I'm going to transform him on camera for a change because it's not too hard, as it won't take a lot of your time, unless he decides to be awkward. Oh no, first time. Usually the hands on mine are very stiff to come out, but that is him basically transformed. Now, I like them in their beast mode, but unfortunately in robot mode, there's not a lot of colour to them, which is a real shame. As you can see, he's just grey and white with a bit of red in his face, which is really disappointing, because when you compare it to the Generation 1 that has loads of nice blues and greens and things shoved in there, it just looks dull. I mean, I like the beast mode, I love the beast mode, it's class, but that is not good. He does have a bit of motion in his arms, but not a lot. But without any weapons, it doesn't really matter. So that's that one. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce his name again. We'll move straight on to Sea Phantom, I think his name is. Now, I really like this one. This is easily my favourite of the smaller ones for God Neptune, because he's a class little cyber shark, and you get these cool little arms with him. Sorry, I had to be sad. For some reason, the back of his tail moves. I don't know why it does that. He's not very coloured compared to the last one I showed you, because he's just white and grey. But I think it works for this figure, this robot. Sorry, this beast mode. Anyway, I like it. It's very nice, raw. And I'll quickly transform it. One thing you need to be careful is if you push his legs back to make the feet too far, it can click into place too much and be very hard to transform back. You fold his arms out. Oh dear, that didn't look good. Fold his arm out there. Oh, it's okay. That was just a bit of plastic falling off, nothing serious, it was just a random bit of crappy plastic. And there is Sea Phantom. Again, not a lot of detail, but at least he's got these grills on his chest, which makes him a little bit more interesting to look at. I'm just looking at a picture of him online as well, because it's clear online. I mean, he's got quite a nice little detailed face, but there's nothing really to say. And with his arms, yeah, it's better to keep them on the figure, so he's got more to balance on. So that's Sea Phantom. This is going to be a long review, I can tell. Now, this one I think is Scylla or something like that. This is probably the most detailed of the smaller figures, but not one of my favourites. I've never liked Tentacle, as it's called in the Generation 1 figures. Something just puts me. I don't think I like the face that much. And a strange thing is, I found out while reading the IDW, what they're called, source books for Beast Wars, that Scylla here is meant to be a girl. Now I'll transform it, and let's see if you can tell if it's a girl or not. A fembot, sorry, because I can't. I really can't. There. This robot mode is the one I hate the most. Especially if it's meant to be like a fembot. It's terrible. This girl has some serious weight problems. Look at that chest. I mean, it's huge. Then you got these piddly little legs. Oh, poor girl. She didn't have the best mold for her done anyway. The figure itself, again, there's nothing really to it. Like the rest of the figures, you've got the arm movement, but this one's got less arm movement than the other two. It didn't have any elbow joints, so all you can do, well, you can't even lift them up properly. No, you can't even lift the arms up fully because of the tentacle bits at the back. So that is all the movement you get from Scylla. That's why I don't like it too much. And finally we have, I'm just trying to find the name for him, Terramander. He was quite nice as well. The thing I don't like about this figure is the mouth. It looks a bit silly, to be honest. But if you close the mouth, he looks fine. I mean, it's nice to have one that looks like it can fly. But, I don't know, it's not one of my favourites. It's probably my second hated, well, I wouldn't say hated, but it's one of the second worst in the packet. Though it does have a nice gold face, which is nice and bright. And it's got a bit of a different transformation from the rest, since you've got to twist the legs round. A bit like Vortex, who I'm still trying to find, because I lost mine, from the Combaticons. Oh, come on. His arms are very stiff as well, which is good, I suppose. So he's got, unlike the rest of them, he's got movement in his leg, but I wouldn't really recommend trying to make him stand up or anything. He's still, for some reason, got the mouth there, so you can open that up if you wanted. Even though it looks like these arms should move at the joint, the elbow, they don't. It's just the shoulder it moves, which is a bit crap, really. But you know, like I said, they're just pieces to a whole part. So that's him, and here's the daddy. Here's what makes it cool. Here's a Half Shell, who I think is awesome. I mean, look at that. I love the detail. I love the mouth on this guy as well. Look at it. You open it, well, when his head doesn't flop around. You open it up, and it's huge. It's huge. I love it. He's a very nice looking figure. At the top there, you've got this little bar, and you pull that, and his guns go. Gotta love the sound effects. So yeah, he's got quite nice movements. He's got back leg moves, front leg moves, and the same for each other side. Unfortunately, the head, I don't know if you can, but the head just kind of flops around. That's, I guess, to make it easier to transform. And I love the colours for it, like the dark green and the white colours included. It's very nice. So transforming, and we pull off his, well, the bit that becomes the chest for God Neptune. Flip out the chest part. I'll just do this very quickly. I won't fold the legs. Oh, may as well, why not? That didn't take long. Flip that round, close his mouth, and flip his head up. And there you go. Now, in robot mode, I think he's a bit